good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Going with the ground game left. Past the sticks, and he may get more. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
They're going to go right back to him on first down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Caught in the backfield. It's 5. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Scanning the field, it's Gore. Finds his man, it's dropped. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers to that.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving.
Here we go.
They'll try to get the first through the air. There were serious revolutions on that third down pass, but it's incomplete.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
Trying the left side. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Caught in the backfield, it's Winston. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground.
And they will score! Touchdown, Tiger!
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He's got great speed. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Gets it to him on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Back to throw, it's Gore. Makes the grab on the left.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They're going back to the ground. Open space at the 25. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Clemson. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Graves. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. He just took it the entire length of the field, end to end, coast to coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, 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 take a knee, no, yes, 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 yes. Over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking it out of the end zone, making a huge play.
And he puts through the extra point. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Gore. Firing to the right, complete. Fights off the defender. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Brock. Breaks into the open. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They had hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. Finds a tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open, quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Back to throw, it's Gore. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He wants it all. It is incomplete, and he almost had himself an interception in the end zone. It'll be fourth down.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now they take the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Nevada is down right now, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born today in Reno. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Indiana. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The give on the inside. Sweet cut there. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
The Irish might opt to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Spears. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
Nice catch there. You know, I think back to great Golden Dome wide receivers and Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket Ismail, obviously. How about Jeff Samardzija? There's a name you don't hear very much anymore, but he was awesome for Brady Quinn back in the day, and all those guys had the ability to win one-on-one. Their quarterbacks knew that if they had that matchup outside, they were going to take it, and I think this quarterback feels the same way about that guy. He is just so dynamic outside.
Single back formation, and they give it to it. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
And that's a good 2nd down run. Commit to the running game. Run the football. Great gain. Great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another 1st down. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Going for 6. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The hand to the running back. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And the quickest way to blow up the run game is those interior big boys. Those defensive tackles getting in the backfield really quickly and making that ball hurt.
Man, that D tackle was in the backfield in a hurry. The big man is nimble.
Nimble, fast, quick, athletic. That's just all words you describe defensive linemen with.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He wants to change this route. Looking downfield, it's Gore. He's got him. There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
You're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Clemson.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Punt is on its way. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Follow suit here. He's going to lose a yard on that one. What a good job by the defense to force that play outside.
And it's tough when you're a defense and you like to play fast and aggressive. Those counter plays are usually something that's good to run at them, but if you can be smart and stay sound and stay home and understand when people start pulling your direction, forget the fakes the other way, you can stay home, be productive, get big plays like this for your defense.
He wants to take the top off. He's got it along the sideline. Touchdown, Irish. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking downfield, it's Gore. Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, it's picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
They want to run this quarterback. He's going to lose a yard on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Quickly complete. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd gets it out quickly. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Gives it to the back on the draw. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
3rd down, red zone play, ground alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Iowa is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Niall Kinnick among the legends to wear that uniform. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Iowa State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Dropping back, it's Gore. That's caught. It's dropped. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They marked it at the 29. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the game.
That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Timeout, Clemson.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Making side adjustments here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. And back to the air on 2nd down. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the tight end. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
So now it's second and long. Motion from the wideout. They'll run play action. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Grab near the marker. It's Graves. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. Notre Dame right back to the line.
And how about that third down? They go 5 wide. They'd spread the defense out. And at quarterback there, you're just trying to find your best one-on-one matchup. You're making a quick throw, and you're picking up the first to keep the drive going.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
There's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
It's a draw. No more room to run as this defense rises up on third down, and now it's fourth down from the 22. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Oh, they're after him. Trying to make magic on it. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Everything broke down. The quarterback tried to bail them out, but he ended up making things worse when he fumbled.
Yeah, I like the quarterback and his athleticism, extending the play and at least giving himself a chance, but you got to finish. You still have to do a good job taking care of the football. That's priority number one. He wasn't able to do that.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Snap to the back. Turning it on. Bulldozes his way through. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
He'll set up to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
Lets it go to the end zone, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame! With that latest touchdown pass, might be a good time to mention Brady Quinn threw 6 touchdown passes against BYU. That record might be in jeopardy.
And that's a good day. If you're starting to talk about that already, you know he's spinning it. He's in the zone. He's feeling it, reading the defense, everything coming out on target. He is having himself a day.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Take over. Queen's End.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right now.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. If you give opportunities away like this, you're trailing every possession is going to be important from here on in.
They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. They'll leave it with him. Creates a little room. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. To the ground. He's got it again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try.
Turning on the Jets. Ripped off a huge shot play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And what a huge play for the offense. Hitting that throw not only is big for their confidence, but it also flips the field.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. Back to pass, it's Gore. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give out of the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And the
defense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And he tacks on the extra point. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's going to bring this one out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's complete to the left. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Quickly to the tight end. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and finally, this defense makes a play.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Pressure coming. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Clemson is quick to the line.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
Looking to pass. It's Gore. Right down the middle. The short hands. It's Avant. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, hats off to this defense and their ability to shut this guy down. He's one of the best receivers in all of college football. That was only his second catch of the game, and we're essentially in a 2-minute situation. They have risen to the challenge. They knew coming in they were going to have to limit him, but I don't know if they even thought they'd be able to do this good of a job.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gets the back moving. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Quick strike complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
Muscling ahead on third and short. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Hauls it in, the first down and more. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he's not going to take the touchback. He gets a block. He's got an alley. Out of the crowd. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And he's in for the 2nd score of the game. My goodness. Note to self, kickoff team. Don't kick it to him anymore. Squib it, kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Wake Forest is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but look at that score. This is a close game. They're up by 7 over Boise State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Looking for a man. It's Gore. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Clemson jumps to the line.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Winston. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock.
He lets one fly deep. Snags it on the right. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. To the air on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Winston. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. To the air, it's Gore. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Trying to take it back.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few 1st downs, and get a W.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's got the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
On 3rd down, offenses have their plays. What they like in 3rd and short, what they like 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Running back searching for a hole. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game 1. Blowout win looking like in game 2. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
Clemson, 31.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Gore. Rushes on him. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Here's the pressure. Got it in the middle. It's 5. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's moving out of the pocket. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback. Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Quarterback making checks. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Clemson!
Well, in the modern era of college football, you're seeing more and more athletic tight ends, like what you just saw right there. The defense had no chance covering that guy down the field. He makes them look silly on his way in for the long touchdown.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes courtesy of an explosive play in the passing game from 60 yards out. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. Running to Green. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.